You've been playing online in college football 26 and you're running into the same problem. It's not that your offense isn't good. You just can't get a stop on defense. You're dropping every interception. You can't tackle anyone. Whatever the problem is, we're going to solve it in this video by showing you the nickel 2-4 double bug defensive ebook, which includes toxic A-gap pressure, looping custom stunts, and great run defense to totally shut down any opponent you play against. You're not going to want to miss this entire defensive scene, so make sure you watch the end of the video and let's jump right into it. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump right into the D. Like I said, it's going to be a very frustrating defense to play against because it can do really everything. So to start, we'll just go ahead and start with, the toxic mid blitz that we play against all the time. For coaching adjustments, just disable your defensive motion response. Called mid blitz, right? We all know this. All we got to do is kind of route commit, and then we kind of have our defense set up how we want, right? If we're going to hover and they go ahead and block their running back, you see we just engage with the center and then we just get a guy to come in. Very simple, very easy, right? If they go ahead and send their running back out, for example, all we're going to do is kind of call the same thing, making sure we're pass committing our defense. And like I said, they're gonna go ahead and send their running back out, so we're engaging and then getting out there and kind of guarding that. Make sure you're holding Y as well, to make that even better and get an easy pick. But we do it again, boom, engage with the center and then get out there, and you see that allows us to get a guy to walk in free every single time. And this right here is really key. Look at 72, how he's paying so much attention to our user even though we're not even blitzing. And people are gonna say, BLT, you can just use the untarget user feature, which is correct. But if they start using the untarget user feature, what does that mean? Well, our running back is going to, our user is going to walk in free every single time. So there's really no good path protection necessarily for this if they're going to be, and if you're going to be committed to engaging with your user. But that's just the first setup that we're gonna talk about here. Next, we have Tampa 2. You could really do this out of any play out of this formation, but I like to do it out of Tampa 2. All we're gonna do, open our custom stunts by holding X, and then we're gonna come down to this Texas 4-man custom stunt. The key with this defense is just spreading your linebackers just like this, and then going to be pass committing. You can stand over the center if you want, like this. They go ahead and send 5 out, boom, we engage with the center, and then a guy is able to walk in free every time. Again, even though the untarget user feature is a thing, it's very useful, but it comes at a risk. That's why I still say you need to be engaging with the center if you can, pass committing your defense. We go through it again, engage with the center, and then we allow for a guy to walk in free. And that happens a good amount, especially when you have fast pass rushers. You're playing Ultimate Team, you're using Quick Jump, you're using these good teams in Road to CFP. I mean, this is easy. This is just a 4-man rush that's gonna walk in the backfield so often just because our linemen are just so fast and just want to get after the quarterback. Now, if they go and block the running back, same blitz, we're going to do the same thing, spread our linebackers, but this time we're going to blitz another guy. We're going to blitz our inside linebacker right here, do the same thing, engage with the center, and we get another easy sack because the running back has to kind of step up and block somebody. Now, a lot of time you're looking for 2 guys to come in free once they block their running back, and then the back can only really block 1, and that's what should have happened on this play. If this guy would take a better angle, you see all he had to really do was run in between that gap and he would have had an easy sack, but he chose the wrong gap. And that's why pass rush and blitzes are so unpredictable sometimes, because sometimes it's all about just taking the right gap and taking the right angle. But if they're tired of you engaging with their center and making this blitz way better, you can do exactly what we talked about earlier. So we go ahead and untarget the user right here, and once you know you're untargeted, just walk in free. It's actually crazy, like no one touches you and you're able to just fly in. So what I would recommend doing actually is a few times a game just user rushing, especially if you see them setting pass protection. Just see if they're just untargeting you, because you just fly in, no one's gonna touch you, and it's gonna be easy instant sack. So try flying in with your user if they're gonna untarget you all the time. The one thing you do have to be worried about though is the quarterback getting out and breaking contain with this. So if we go ahead and take the snap right here, and we're just gonna try to roll out, and a lot of the time you can roll out and throw passes down the field. So what I would say is mix up your custom stunts. Don't just call that stunt all game. maybe run this defense with no stunt, right? And so when they think that they're going to be able to just break contain because you've been calling the same stunt 3-4 times in a row, well, now they can't break contain because that's all you're doing. There's no stunts that time, you're just containing. And then, I mean, you also just have other stunts in here. You can open the stunts menu actually at the line of scrimmage to press RB, and then you can go to the right exit 2-man. That's a pretty good stunt, although I would prefer to stunt off the left side, so the left exit 2-man, so that you can still contain off the other side like this. And so then you're gonna pass commit your defense, and we're gonna go ahead and take the snap. You see we stunt, and we still have really good contain, good leverage, and we're able to, you know, shut everything down. So that's the man blitz, that's the zone blitz, and let's talk about run defense really quickly. So if I was gonna try to stop the run versus this formation, this is what I would do. I would stand right about here, right over this offensive guard, and they're gonna call inside zone, and then boom, you just run right in the backfield. I have 2 controllers here, so it's a little bit more difficult, but all you have to do is just run through that gap. It's gonna be pretty easy, so stand again about right here, take it, and then boom. So take it, and this time, all right, there we go. I close the gap and bring the guy down. It's pretty easy. Again, I'm not really holding turbo for the offense, but it really doesn't matter because just look at this gap that the offensive line is giving you. They're not even recognizing you as someone who can, you know, blow this play up, and so that's exactly what you're gonna do, take advantage of it. If they go ahead and go to a different run, more of an outside zone play call, right? We are going to, I mean, it's just easy, right? If their offensive line come up to block you, then you're going to just allow one of your defensive linemen to walk in free. Outside zone runs, very hit or miss for them, like very, very hit or miss. Most of the time they're gonna miss. But you can also just take it and try to loop around and meet him at the point of attack. Meet him, kind of steal the edge a little bit, force him to cut back. Really all depends on the play, but yeah. Inside zone, outside zone, really easy to stop. Alright, so that's going to do it for the nickel 2-4 double mug. I had the playbooks on the screen at the beginning. I forgot to say that loud, but they'll be on the screen at the beginning of the video. And then I would just say make sure you have good pass rushers. Obviously, you know, that definitely helps. Guys that are fast, guys that can shed, and all that. But if you want to run the best offense in CFB 26, click on this video right here, and you'll get a preview of my UCLA offensive game plan. I mean, I have it over at victoryformation.gg. Use code BLT for 20% off. But I also gave you guys a free preview of it a couple weeks ago on YouTube. So go check that video out, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.